Hello everyone. Oh, sorry. I just switched from my one computer to another, which didn't go as well as I had. Is anyone there? Can you see if anyone's there?
I don't know how to access it. Is it this one?
Yep. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yay. Sorry about that. I thought I had it going well, and it did not pan out like I had hoped. Again. So, still getting situated here. Okay. Let me put you up here. Okay. Hey everyone, we're just waiting for some people to join. Thanks for coming. All right, let's see here. Sorry, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Can you see any thumbs up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you on this.
Okay, great.
I think.
Hey ladies. You can? Okay. So just giving us another minute to start. Looks like we have a few people. So it was kind of a nice day out a little bit. Not that I got to go outside much. Hi Melinda. Good to see you. I know it's crazy times. But, So one of the things I wanted to do, actually I'll do for you ladies, is I wanted to start with an angel card reading. And I pulled these out, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with angel cards, but these, and you can probably see they've been used quite a bit. It's the Archangel Michael or Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And they're just a lot of fun. So pulling different cards for different purposes. And I just asked Spirit, what do you want us to know today? And so I pulled 3 cards. One is you know what to do. The other is peace. And the third is leadership. So what I took away from that is that the peace was kind of interesting, especially with coronavirus and everybody's all, kind of concerned about what's going on and how to get through it. And it says peace comes from remembering only that love is real. And I think so much we're getting back to our roots. We're getting back to who our families and what's important to us. So I thought that was really amazing to get that card. Then leadership, this one says it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. So while, we powerful women at work all the time are in those roles and guiding others, one, it's telling me that make sure to remember that you're in the same boat that everyone else is. They're in the same boat you are, or a similar boat, or maybe even a more difficult boat. And so really understanding and being compassionate about what's going on. And then even at home is, your family is stressed and frustrated. So make sure that you're showing compassion to them as well. And then you know what to do, which is trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So there's so many, just when you have uncertainty, you actually probably know the answer. And if you are stuck between 2 things, it's because neither answer is wrong. So don't worry about that so much. Just pick something and move forward. Don't get in what I would call analysis paralysis. Just kind of move it forward. So I got several questions online in advance, and I hope those people are finding this, because it looks like I started this site separately than than the original kickoff. So hopefully this works, but I have several questions. What I'd like to kind of explain, do a little bit of announcements too, is assuming as people get on, as if you don't get a reading today, feel free to schedule with me online for to do online readings. That's all I'm doing right now because of shelter in place. But also, if you get one today and it answers your question, but you want to dig deeper or something, you're also welcome to do that online too. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me okay and that kind of thing? Okay, thank you. And then secondly, one of the things I asked for is more specific questions. And the reason I do that is because I'm going from one to the next so quickly. Not that I want you to lead me on, I absolutely don't. But if you say, how's John doing? And I'm like, okay, I don't know if John is, I'm just doing it so quickly. I don't know if John's dead and alive, what his relationship to you is, if he's your dog or your grandpa. Saying something like, my grandfather John is in spirit, I'd like to understand, what signs he gives me, if he's okay, if he's not in pain anymore, what message he has for me. And then Monday night, I keep seeing so much talk about the coronavirus that I really wanted to turn something positive out. I think because everyone has so much uncertainty, there's a dialogue to be had as far as what will come after this. So once we're out of quarantine, what's our life going to look like in a positive way? And I got some messages from Spirit. I've been getting messages for a good 9 months now, which is kind of scary. At first I didn't believe them because I thought, this would never happen. And then it happened and I was like, oh my God, I guess that was a premonition. So that's, a little scary, but wanted to turn what they call the collective. The collective has been giving me this guidance that is actually really positive. So would like to share that, talk about it, and talk about what the art of the possible of what could be in the future, and then what that means to us now and what we should be doing now. So if I'm going to have my lovely assistant here, Emma, ask the questions and we'll kind of go from there. So Emma, if you haven't submitted a question yet, please go ahead and do so. Huh? They're not online yet. So I'm also going to ask you a question. Did you stumble across this, or did you guys have to switch from my scheduled post to this that I created last minute? I don't know if you guys can answer that. I'm wondering if people are having trouble finding me. Okay, I'm not seeing anything pop up. All right. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to go to the questions that I've received. Okay, thank you. I'm hoping. Let me see here. Emma, can you post under my other one that I'm on this site?
So what?
Can you post to that? Can you post to the other one and say I am live? It's just on a different. Not there. Sorry. Go.
Do this.
Go out and go to my.
This
Go.
one? It's not there.
Sorry, hold on a second. Yeah, that's because you're in me. Stop.
I didn't do anything.
right, sorry. Okay, I'm back. So if you have any questions, please feel free to submit them. It looks like the rest of my population is waiting for me to start the live video because my technically challenged self couldn't figure this out again. So promise I'll work on it for next time. So the first question I have is from someone named Jay Ty, and Jay asks, will I ever love again? And the answer is, Jay, you really need to love yourself, be open, be vulnerable, allow it to happen, because right now you are pushing people away, and you've just been so hurt, and completely understandable, but stop pushing people away, invite that love in, and love yourself, and yes, you will love again. So very positive. Let's see. Pamela B, she says, what are my parents trying to tell me? And I said, they're trying to get your attention. They want you to pay attention and keep your eyes open. So they're giving you a little bit of nudge to say, we are sending you signs. We're actually sending you signs in a way that we think you'll respond to, which you are. Obviously, you're hearing, you're sensing them. So keep your eyes open. And it's not just one thing. It's when they're getting your attention, whatever you're doing in that moment or thinking about in that moment is what they're trying to give you guidance on. So whatever is kind of coming to you in that moment, but they just want you to just generally keep your eyes open, not just about them, but about the situation around you. Let's see. And feel free, if you have a question, post it here. Shirley, will I be able to get with my fiance Craig again in the next life? Since we didn't have an opportunity to finish this lifetime together. Absolutely. Not only with Craig, your fiance, but with your daughter that passed as well. And one of the things they show me, and they taught Spirit, when I say they, Spirit, our spirit guides, one of the things they show me is a gumball machine. And they talk to me in a way I can understand, so apparently I'm 4. But the gumball machine is our soul group. And each gumball in the soul group or in that gumball machine is an individual soul, and it comes out and we live our lives, and then we go back in that removable top, and the gumballs get all mixed up again. So in our soul group, we've lived many lifetimes together. We will live many lifetimes together. So that's amazing to have that. And you probably notice that you feel more connected with certain people than other people, and that's because they're in your soul group if you're more connected with them. There's thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands of gumball machines out there, each with our own little thing. Melinda, your spirit guide, well, you have several. There's actually one that is coming. The one that came across for you was a little girl on a swing, and she says her name is like Jacinta, something like that. She's got long, what she reminds me of is kind of a nice Nellie from Little House on the Prairie, but with brown hair. So, and she was with you in a prior life too. So let's see here. Zini White, she asks, how's my dad, Zahir? And he wants you to know that he's beyond okay. He's not in pain, and he can dance again, which is something he loves to do now. Let's see. Any other questions? Feel free to put your question in there, and I'll weave it into the ones that I received earlier. Yes, Carrie Ann, doing live readings. So, all right. Let's see here. Tanya Bogus Hudson asks, I would like to know why I only have bad dreams of my deceased mother. I've only had negative dreams of her, and we are fighting, or I'm very mad at her. I also have a lot of water dreams, but major floods and tsunami-like, always being swept away. I was once told my mom sent me water dreams, but why? So I don't get that you're actually mad at her. I get that what they're showing me is that it's the water and that anger is what's coming across from grief. So you're still carrying around a lot of grief, things that you haven't processed yet, and that that is causing that continual churn. So take time to process your grief with her. Take time to cry. I know it's hard. It always kind of pops up when you're like least expecting it. But that'll really help you get through that. The other thing you can do, and this is with any dream, is as you're in the dream, ask, what does this mean? And sometimes we forget. We forget to ask that. And then when we wake up, forget to ask that too. Carrie Ann, what do my ancestors want to tell me about what's going on in my life right now? So first they showed me a teeter-totter, and your kids, they're showing me like your kids at the top of the teeter and you kind of at the bottom, and then you kind of even out a little bit. And so what they're saying is your kids are actually thriving right now, and it feels like you have all the weight of them holding them up, but it's amazing. And what you're doing as a mom is amazing. What you're doing to take care of your family and kind of juggle everything else. So that's the big thing they want you to know. Let's see. Okay, so Natasha Hag asked a question she said, my question to my mother and or grandmother is, what form do you take in my world when you sometimes visit me? And hold on a sec. So what they were showing me is, if you remember the Wizard of Oz and the trees that would kind of follow Dorothy and everyone down the path, and they would be kind of sneaky about it, is they're saying they're the trees. And so when the wind blows, that is them talking to you from the trees, and they can kind of pop from one tree to the other to kind of follow you incognito. So that's what they're telling me. Any other questions? Feel free to hit them out. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep reading these other ones. So Mindy asked, I've been dating a female for the last 6 months and wondering if she's someone that I will be able to settle down with long term. I'm 39 and she's 34. We met online and have been taking things slow. We recently started being intimate with one another about a month ago. She seems like a good person, but I'm still getting to know her. The only thing is I like her, but I don't feel like I'm head over heels into her. She wants her next relationship to be her last, as if she's looking to settle down and eventually wants to start a family. Just wondering if she wants to do that with me and if I should consider doing that with her. I've been burned in the past as far as relationships go, so being cautious at this point and any advice would be appreciated. So I actually pulled cards for Mindy before this, and the first card I got was friendship. So I think that is the core of your relationship. And at first I was like, "Ooh, is that where it needs to be, or where it will only be?" And they said no. They said support will also be very strong in your life, that you will remain friends and be supportive of each other for a long, long time. And I did get romance as well. But as you mentioned in your question, you weren't head over heels about her. Your core is that friendship and being supportive of each other. The romance may fade, and that's okay, but they're telling me to convey to you just to be honest and open with where you are, and that'll make things easier. So you can both decide if this is really what you want or don't want. You are a good match. Whether or not it turns out that means life partner is different than different if you're the one to settle down and or just a friend. All right. Let's see. What other questions do we have?
Just the recent one.
No, I missed one.
No, just that one.
Okay. Melinda said she can't ask questions, so you need to friend her.
Yes, I did.
Oh, thanks.
Keep going.
She friended her. Okay. Thank you. That's weird that it wouldn't let you do that. Hi, Laura. Carrie Ann, I'm quarantined away from my love interest right now. What's next for this connection? Besides some, I'll say, FaceTiming. Let's see. So they're actually saying kind of that old adage, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So kind of keep that connection, keep the mystery going. I know you guys miss each other, but they'll sorry, I'm reading the comments that are coming through, but it'll go well, Carrie Ann. Let's see. Tisha Thomas asks, I have a YouTube channel with my family called The Thomas Family. It's about vlogs about our life and doing fun trending challenges together. Will it be successful? So Tisha, one of the things they're showing me is it could be very successful. Need to really think about your format, what your audience is, and keep it consistent. They're showing me like what I'll call chaos, and it's not a general, this is the chaos of the family. It's you're hitting on too many different topic areas that aren't consistent. So yeah, just look at the format, figure out your target audience, and tailor your YouTube channel to that. And I guess you guys should all go check out The Thomas Family on YouTube. Okay. Are other people not able to join because I'm probably, if you could check that out.
How am I supposed to?
Okay. Well, I completely screwed up this Facebook Live thing, so, oh well. So, all right, keep asking questions. So, Shirley, also known as Patty, after so many traumas I've been dealing with, is there anything positive or happiness in my future? Just wondering. So actually I see, if you haven't started dating anyone, Shirley, I see that you will. And I also see another child for you. So that's good. It won't be, I would say it'd be about 18 months until you have a child. And less time until you're with the person you're going to spend your life with. They're also talking about your career and needing to be very, diligent or decisive on what you want to do with that. And if you do and move it forward and take action, you'll be good. Don't let the confidence or lack of confidence hold you down. You're amazing and can be very strong. Jen, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm unemployed as of tomorrow. What should I work about in my about purpose and or work-related path right now? So partially, I think you're already on that path, and you're about helping other people in a big way. You're very compassionate, and so think about that and expanding the work that you're currently doing and interested in, and how do you take that to the next level and help women be successful, help people connect with their soul, and take that into a life path. That's exactly what would be really beneficial to you, as well as beneficial to others too. I would be involved. I'd love that. Hannah, I've always felt that my great-grandmother is present with me pretty frequently, especially when I was in college. Let me see if I can get... she seems like a spitfire and very supportive, but kind of tells you like it is kind of lady. So yes, she's around you. She's still around you. And she says she tries to kick you in the pants sometimes to get you to take action, make a decision, or not do something, if you will. Will Emily ever come around with her mother? Laura, who's Emily? Real quick. And thank you, Carrie Ann. Okay, Laura, well, you're telling me that. What? Oh. Oh. That's what I thought, but the way you phrased it was, I thought she had passed. She said, they say be patient, which I know you're probably at your wit's end. She's, we just talked about a lady's grandmother being a spitfire, so is Emily, and she's got her own way about her, if you will. I'm trying not to be too specific here, because I know you know what I'm talking about. So she will come around. She's got a lot of growing up to do, and I think that once she focuses on that, and I feel like she has a friend or a guy friend that she'll listen to more than you, who will actually be a really positive influence on her. But she has to lose her way a while before she can come back. Just be understanding of where that is right now. And supportive. And I know it's hard when you want to intervene. Chris, black. Once you go black. Thanks. Funny. All right. Let's see what other questions people have. Feel free to keep piling them on here. Elisa asks, I was wondering whether you can give me any insight into my love life. So they're singing a song to me, but that Elisa keeps piling on friends that she doesn't let go of, which is good, but she doesn't see them much more as a friend. And so open up your aperture a little bit and relook at your friends to see who may not have been a fit then, but may be a fit now. Shirley, what's your friend asking about her mom? Okay. No, I can't see it. Can you see the questions?
Please.
Melinda, is your daughter already pregnant? I'm seeing very soon, Melinda. Like very, very soon. Okay, Yvette Holland. Her. I just got chills, so they're giving me the green light that it'll be soon, Melinda. Your friend's mom. I don't know if you're Shirley, and she's going by Patty on here, but I don't know if your friend's mom was like this, but she's showing me she's kind of a I'm gonna say like someone who's very direct. She's very direct. So her thing to your friend is, she just said, "Suck it up, Buttercup," and not related to her passing, but she's saying she's kind of playing woe is me quite a bit, and it seems like one thing happens and it's just like terrible, and then the next thing happens and it's just things keep piling on, getting worse and worse, and like that snowball effect. She said she's trying to help her put the wedge in it, but that her daughter just keeps pushing the snowball further over her foot. She's like, "Oh, well, there's a lump in the road, so I'm going to push it harder." And so she's saying, don't do that. You're making it harder on yourself. Just kind of let go of that. Elizabeth. I'm getting for you, Elizabeth, I think this is your mom. Did she pass of cancer? So I'm seeing what she shows me as a head wrap, and which generally means she passed of cancer. It could also mean some kind of, could also mean autoimmune, some kind of head thing. Or she wore something on her head. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, dementia. Okay, great. Not that that's great, but thank you for the confirmation. She wants you to know she's okay. And she keeps singing songs. I don't know if that would be something she would normally have done, but she's singing songs. She tries to sing you and the kids to sleep. And she says you hear her. So she wants you to know that that is actually her. When she's telling, or when you hear a song that reminds you of her, even if it's not something you shared together, just know that that's what that is. Thanks, Dina. Juice knows. And I'm glad to chat with Pam too. So he says Pam is the strongest person he knows, and she's having a rough time, and he sees that, and he wants her to know that he's got her and he's still there, and he thanks her so much for everything that she did for him and everything that she had to give up to take care of him. And I'm missing some Emma, when I back it up, it messes it up. Okay. On the questions. Okay, to go up higher, please. Oh, Kimmy. What's Kimmy's question?
Kimberly says, desperate to hear a message from my mom during this difficult time. I am in a dark place right now and would love to hear something.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so your mom just showed me like a triangle that you're kind of going through multiple things all at once, which is creating more of that heaviness, darkness over you. And so a couple things. One feeds itself off the other. So ask her for advice. She's somebody that you would ask for advice on a regular basis, and her advice is to pick something. She says you can be scattered or just not sure where to go. So pick something, decide to do it, and do it. And that'll help you feel accomplished, build your confidence, and move to the next thing. I don't know if you're organizing right now or something, but she just shows me all of this stuff laid out everywhere. And then even when you are organizing, it becomes overwhelming because you don't know which to do first, and now everything is a mess and chaos. And she's like, just pick one thing at a time. She's also showing me, and this is probably symbolic, a violin. Violin means that music was important to her or important to the two of you, or she could play the violin or some kind of instrument. So know when you know that she's thinking of you, that she's there for you. I'm sorry, she just said, don't be the littlest violinist, where you do this, because it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So she's like, she doesn't want you to feel sorry for yourself. She wants you to push yourself, to be organized, to think through things, and how much she absolutely is proud of you. She knows that she has every confidence in you, and she's okay.
Patty Huerta says, does my fiance Craig have any messages for me and his mother?
Craig. Well, to both of you, he's sorry. He's sorry for the situation he was in, and that because of it, it drove you, it caused you both a lot of pain. But he also realized that's what he needed to do to be with your daughter. So, he said, she's actually taking care of me. And I have a lot to learn from her. Other questions?
Dina Travis.
Already, yes.
Oh, okay. Melinda says, do you know anything from my nanny?
Your nanny. Melinda, she's showing me that she's showing me almost like a 1920s dance, where she's dressed up like a flapper girl or something. And so she's just enjoying life. And she said she had a kind of a rough life when she was here, and wants to it is a lot more free flowing. And she said you got your moves from her. Okay. Hi, Tisha. I didn't mention yours earlier, so if you can scroll back after this is over. Sorry that had some technical difficulties earlier, but I did point everyone to your YouTube channel. I'm forgetting it now. The Thomas Family. So check that out. All right. What other questions?
Laura Riley says, will my friend Sarah's kid ever talk to her mom again?
So with Laura, with Sarah, it's going to take some time. Yes, it's going to take some time, and they both can't be right. They're recommending that they go to therapy, and there's some hurt feelings. Sarah's kid has some really hurt feelings, and of course, your kids always think they're right. So she's very stubborn, which she also gets from her mom. So I think they both can't be stubborn, because no one's ever going to get anywhere with it. Okay.
Zany White says, how is my dad doing?
Oh, Zany, I answered that a little earlier. Sorry, if you could scroll back in the thing after this. But he's doing great. He's beyond okay. He's not in pain, and he can dance. Okay? Keep going.
That's it.
Oh, no, I missed a couple. I can see. All right, maybe I didn't.
There's another one now.
Okay.
Jen Truss says, I haven't seen my mom in 20 years or heard from her in 7.
Mm-hmm.
What should I know about the relationship, or how is she doing?
Jen, they're saying it's a lot more complicated than you would even know, and that was partially to protect you. And, you know, your mom has, how do I say this? She's saying that, they're saying that your mom would, I'm going to use the word unstable, that she has her own viewpoint, and I'm trying to say this nicely, that you are the most loving, understanding person, and that your mom is not in the same place as you are. That's the big thing. If you want to reach out to her, I think right now, unfortunately, you're going to get more of the same. Other questions? Okay. Any other questions? So Ben asked whether he should continue to see his kids or leave them with his ex during this quarantine. And so the answer they give me is it depends. And they're also saying just use common sense. And yes, see your kids. If it needs to be virtually see your kids, like have Fridays with Father on Zoom and eat dinner together that way, that's how you got to do it. But kind of use common sense. They still need you and they still want to be around you. But it doesn't have to be physical if that's not safe. Any other questions? Cornita Cole asked, I see cardinal birds outside my bedroom window daily. What does this mean, or is this someone visiting me? And so cardinals are actually a pretty common sighting from loved ones on the other side. And so to me, that's your loved one, or that's your loved one sending a cardinal your way to kind of remind you that they're still around you, they still love you, and that they're okay. So I would just be like, notice it and say, express gratitude, say thank you so much, I got the message. Let's see, any other questions, guys? Okay, well, cool. So I think I covered all the ones online, and I'll figure out this Facebook Live thing next week. I apologize for people having to jump from one to the other. Feel free to also schedule readings online if you like. And then Monday at 7, I'm doing I call it Imagine. So imagine the future post-quarantine and figure out the amazing things that can happen post-quarantine, all the good stuff. We're not talking about any bad stuff. And I want this to be a dialogue. So we'll all be on Zoom where we're seeing each other's faces and we can chime in and use the whiteboard and talk about things like that too. So kind of plan our next life in a few months, I guess. So thank you all. I appreciate your time and love you. Bye.